so much is commoditized right now, and we are very obviously in a commodities market. So I think a lot of times the difference maker for people is that relationship that you were talking about, right? And we see it on our side too.
I made a lot of mistakes. We started on the micro desk. I don't know. Do you remember that? About the micro desk? We were just,
I remember that.
They're like, hey, you are cold calling people. You're selling bullets. You're selling,
this is kind of boiler room stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's a good reference.
Most people don't know this, but platinum is incredibly expensive to carry if you're financing any inventory. Sure. You don't get as attractive finance rates on platinum, so it definitely becomes hot potato when you have platinum sitting on the shelf. No matter what form it's in, right? You have to finance it. So that makes platinum really interesting.
If gold's going to carry us, there's no reason everything else should follow. From the standpoint of the precious metals, you start looking at copper and things of that nature that, that's a little bit more driven about what's going on in the economy and things of that nature.
It's a different animal. But I don't think it's a legit. Welcome to the Asset Arsenal podcast. My guest today is Trent Caffee, head of trading at Elemetal, the largest precious metals refiner in America. Trent's got a unique look at the bullion market from the inside, and we're breaking it all down today. And I was telling my wife last night, there's so much, especially lately, this business for us has been tough on the retail side, right? Mm-hmm. The buybacks have been great. And I'm sure you mentioned they're a core of your business. They've been vital to us too, because number one, allows us to buy product back, serve our customers, and then be able to offer product to our customers at really competitive rates because we're in it right, essentially. But I was telling her this podcast is, I'm starting to realize that I've been just trudging through some really difficult and kind of boring stuff, honestly. Like, okay, those types of things. And like, I need this. I didn't realize it, right? That I need this to just keep me fired up about everything, right?
Yeah, because you're looking at different talking points and things of that nature where...
Well, just like engaging with people, honestly.
True that.
Like, peers, suppliers, customers, influencers, all those kinds of things. I was like, man, I need interaction with people in the space. Going to the coin show was good too.
Oh, the fun show. That was a blast for us. I mean, that's probably the biggest show for us, besides maybe JCK, the largest jewelry show, but we're just doing transactions right and left, right and left, right and left. Because a lot of those customers now that were there when I came, first time I went back was probably 4 years ago. Yeah. And now they've signed up. They signed up over the years, whether being at the show or, a lot of them we're in their city anyway.
Yeah.
And so now when I go to the fun show, it's just like packed.
Well, your Orlando location has to be one of the
that used to be like a trading hub. I mean, they still got the vault and everything like that. Like previously, like you and I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Previously, it still has that. We actually got 3 guys there now. I mean, it is go. And the manager in Orlando is actually the whole Florida zone. He actually runs the whole zone.
So what do you, you have Miami, probably Jacksonville.
Yeah. So we're in Doral, Miami, Tampa, Bonita, Pensacola, Jacksonville, Orlando. And, it is a zone of itself. Yeah. I mean, it's just so busy.
It's worthy of it. Yeah. So I've told the story a couple of times, but when we were at Fun, I walked by your case the first day and you had 6 or 8 rolls of Gold Eagles in your case. And hey, Trent brought some stuff. He's buying some stuff, maybe whatever. By the time I left the show, I think you had 300 or 400, maybe even more Gold Eagles.
Yeah.
Every time I saw a dealer's rolling up to you with a handful of Gold Eagles, like, shoot, that's when not that I didn't know it before, but that's when I realized the network that you guys have built. Countrywide, because the Fun Show is a national show,
especially the winter one, especially because everyone's like, hey, let's get out of the cold and go south.
Yeah.
And it is,
people travel.
I mean, we turned into the bank there. It's best.
Oh yeah. You were the liquidity provider for sure.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And they drop it off. We're verifying. We got 3 guys there, including myself. Make sure it's real, test it. But a lot of these guys we have great relationships with that. Listen, we trust that we're doing things right. We just do a quick verification, either sound testing or put it on an XRF or something like that, weigh it, and then we put it right back in the case. Yeah. But then you look 2 years ago, I couldn't keep, I didn't bring enough silver. I didn't bring enough silver to this thing. And I sent we should have sent a pallet of silver over there and it would have been all gone. And so that's kind of the ebb and flow of this market that we see. And what we talked about earlier is like B2B. I mean, the amount of ounces that we're buying.
Yeah.
And especially when silver was like just went over 40, gold got to 37, 36. I mean, it was just the market throwing up metal, just absolute throwing up metal to a point where, I mean, for us at Elemetal, the three words we really use since coming back, and it's really ownership and myself kind of really working together on that is people, processes, and products. Mm-hmm. And some of these products you have here was when you and I first started talking, when I got to Elemetal, was like, hey, I need silver rounds. Mm-hmm. Now it's when silver, we couldn't make enough silver rounds. We're getting to a point in Silver Eagles are getting premiums. We're getting to $10, $12 wholesale. What the heck's going on in this market? Mm-hmm. And now how that's changed into now it's all those people we sold to, we're the first buyers back. The same thing for your model is like, I'm going to sell it to you. I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you to sell it back to me mm-hmm. and build that relationship and trust with you where we just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And kind of tying a bow on all this is like the relationships. It is a small network of people, especially wholesale wise, that you and I know. We know tons of them.
Yeah.
I've worked at some of them. You've worked at some of them.
Yeah.
Where it's such a small niche market. Like these relationships you build with people is really what it's about. I mean, my phone alone is, that rings more than my work phone because of, that relationships we have with those people mm-hmm. where you're just doing the deals back and forth, deals back and forth, deals back and forth. But all those guys have been selling to us. And I think, that's our strong point. That's our strong point is, Elemetal originally, I guess, NTR was the original one. Elemetal took refining to your city, which was, that transformed the market from scrap side of things. From the product side of things, we never really capitalized on using those locations mm-hmm. to drive bullion product there. We never built the system for it. We didn't work on the technology for it. We didn't incentivize. Because, think about the relationship you and I have. Well, you talk about a manager in Orlando, he's got the same relationship with 20 mm-hmm. people locally there.
Yeah.
And so how do we,
I like my guy.
Yeah, I like you too. I wish more people were like you that I gave my cell phone number out to. And to be honest with you, I think most of the time your team's talking to my team and we're just, we're going back and forth on, make sure you get Army men. And I mean, I love these bags that you guys got. And so, capitalizing on those locations, our managers have that relationship with people, which makes it really, really sticky. Really, really sticky because if you got a guy, you got a guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy. And on the refining and smelting standpoint is, for the viewers, if you're selling scrap jewelry or coins to coin dealers or pawn shops or any other, shop or selling it, shipping coins back to you guys here at Hero Bullion, most of the time that's going to get back to us because we're providing that liquidity and speed. And, Elemetal took that to the city, made it way easier than shipping in the Northeast or shipping out to LA. You're creating that. We created that relationship where
exposure,
cost to carry, fees. I mean, the amount of hidden fees on anything nowadays, right? I mean, it's funny. Like you go buy something, go buy a burrito now and they're like, hey, you want a tip? And you're like, like before it was just like swipe a card and go with it.
Yeah.
They're always there's always fees and things to that. And I think the transparency of being America's largest precious metal refiner, where we just got the fees, but also in this current market of we're just buying so much. We're buying so much where, I think you brought it up earlier. It's like, hey, I'm buying it for this much. I'm selling it for this much. And so I think, there's always that little spread, but as long as you're not doing this to your customers or trying to kind of screw people over, mm-hmm. you just take it this way.
You honor the market.
Exactly.
And so much is commoditized right now. And we are very obviously in a commodities market. So I think a lot of times the difference maker for people is that relationship that you were talking about, right? And we see it on our side too. There's tremendous parity in markets that you're competing in. We're competing in a slightly different market because our product's a little bit different. But yeah, I'm with you on that. It is about the relationships. And so how do you, I guess the question is, how do you, as your team has grown? Okay. So I saw a video once that you were tagged in on Facebook where you were coaching your team. I didn't realize that you did that.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, okay, this guy's in the trenches doing this stuff. And it got me fired up. You know, it brings me back to your history and sports and stuff. I kind of felt like a locker room speech, man.
Well, I still do it. I do it with 8-year-olds now instead of college and high school. So yeah, the background, you know, playing college football, you know, not big time, but I mean, what is it, 1AA or FBS now or whatever. I got to play at Wisconsin and places like that. And that is not a normal trajectory in this market. You know, I think everyone's got their unique stories. Either, you know, they're raised in it or somebody they knew loved it.
Yeah.
I will say that there's a huge wave of younger demographic in this market, especially in the casting world, especially in some of the unique coins and stuff that, you know, I see you guys doing in copper world too. Like, it is a different age group of people. I think there's a huge disparity. You know, you got the guys that are kind of, you know, the older guys that have been running the coin shop for, you know, 40 years in the local town. And then you have these young guys on YouTube and whatnot and different avenues of social media and things like that, which I absolutely love. But so that kind of creates a bunch of people with different backgrounds. But regarding the sports side, I made a lot of mistakes. You know, we started on the micro desk. Do you remember that? About the micro desk? You know, we were just, I remember they're like, hey, you were cold calling people. You're selling bullets. You're selling, you know,
this is kind of boiler room stuff.
Oh yeah. That's a good reference. That's a good reference. I felt like it sometimes. I felt like it.
For sure. The leads are weak.
Lead's a lead. And, you know, from that experience was learning about cold calling. You know, being in athletics, you meet people with different backgrounds. You got to fit into a locker room. You got to be able to communicate, which is huge.
Got to execute.
You got to execute, which I love this market because commodities is price based. Either you win or lose. Either win or lose. And you know, we even talk about Elemetal. It's, you know, on the buying side, it's a zero sum game. Like, there's only so many ounces out there, and how big is that piece of your pie going to be? I see a lot of similarities and I think you played sports. Everyone's played sports at some level, I think, or has a kid playing sports. Like, the competitive nature, the scoreboard, the you know, the basics of blocking and tackling, right? Like, we got to be good at blocking and tackling. We got to be good at buying metal and paying for metal and shipping metal. Like, those similarities of, like, take care of the basics, make sure that we train, make sure we communicate. That's why I've learned the most at Elemetal since coming back is really communication, management from, like, I did have a position, a quarterback room. Yeah. When I was coaching high school, I had an offense and working the offense and, you know, coaching 8U football at a local small town in Texas, which we have film. We every play's broken down. Like, we're cutting up film on the weekends. Like, we're reviewing scouting reports. Like, it's so serious here in Texas, which, you know, why not? Right. Why not? I think my favorite thing is going to my 4-year-old soccer games. I think that's the best.
They're really enjoying it. They're not taking themselves too seriously.
You know,
my son used to run around with a cheese roll up in his hand. Otherwise he'd come out of the game. I'm like, bro, come on, get in there. Well, he needs a cheese roll up or a handful of I don't know, fruit snacks or something to keep him out there. Otherwise he's sitting with mom on the sideline.
Yeah, just like, I'm hungry or whatnot. I don't want to go out there. That's awesome, man. Like, I bet you would pay tons of money to go back to those days.
No doubt. Too. I think about that. And I said to my youngest, I say to him probably too much is I'm going to give him a complex, but I said, hey man, I'm going to miss you. You know, I'm going to miss the 7-year-old you. So, I mean, you have to take advantage of those. It feels good to recognize it in the moment. Like, okay, these are the good old days. Yeah. Oh gosh, I get goosebumps just saying that.
And to sit in the middle of a game watching him do something, you're like, oh,
that was a step awesome for him. That was a step. Yeah. I love it.
You know, and I think that's why I got so many. That's why we got the little girl, because the boy is the fourth one, And boy, that's fun. And then we're like, let's have another boy. And then we get, princesses, all princesses, like never say no. I think she likes the silver market more than I do.
Yeah.
She loves silver coins. That's her thing.
One of my kids has kind of grown into a helper around here. My daughter that I mentioned helped us here. She helped us at the coin show in Grapevine recently. Did a great job. But I want her to be an engineer. I've been in this business a long time, right? I got my first job in the coin business at 18, right? It was like either go to school and play football. I had a couple, like jugo kind of deals that were guys were scouting me out, and or it was work, maybe just go to school for something else. I was like, man, I don't know what I want to do. So I started working for a coin dealer up in the Midwest, up in Minnesota.
Gotcha.
And that's where I got exposed. Like my background was coins. So I didn't know internet and I didn't know bullion until, probably 2006, started selling some stuff on eBay. And then 2009, we launched Provident.
Well, that was good timing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So you mentioned earlier about silver breaking 40 and just everyone dumping on you because I felt, at least on our side, that people didn't believe that was a legit number for silver. And so we experienced the same thing. A lot of people selling back. We had one of our biggest single buybacks ever. It was 5 pallets of silver that we took in. So I happen to know that you can fit what is it, about 30,000 ounces of silver on a pallet before it becomes unmanageable. Yeah. So
depending on if you strap it or if it's in a drum
or what form it's in, you got rounds, you got
bars. We can talk wholesale numbers if you really want.
But then, so now the change that I'm seeing in the market, now that we've blown past $40. I mean, today it backed off a little bit. Maybe it was down 90 cents earlier.
But now it came back. Gold was too. And
they came back. Yeah. Gold's up. Yeah. So, that we're crushing the all-time highs on a pretty regular basis, and silver's shown this tremendous strength. And now we're saying, okay, there still is that same amount of selling, but now the big buyers are back. So in terms of like average order value, I think we are trading with you has definitely increased in the last 2 weeks. I know that
100%. Yeah.
Gold Eagles has start to be scarce.
The variety again. The variety of your orders as well.
Like, yeah.
It's not just one specific thing. It's not just Gold Eagles. It is a wide array of
so
stuff.
The buyers are back for sure. I say they're back. I don't want to call them FOMO buyers at all because I feel validated in this market, right? As a stacker, as a lifelong stacker, you're like, okay. So most people
always be long.
Yeah. Most people don't know this. But back in the Provident days, anytime we had a cool product come through, like we did the Zombucks at Provident, Elemetal minted those for us. Right. And I would just give me a couple hundred walkers, give me a couple hundred Zombas, so on and so forth. And so I tucked all that stuff away. I'm like, I'm never partying with this stuff. That was my seed capital for Hero Bullion. So, I mean, you talk about doing something, do it. And it's not like I made a bunch of money on it. I think it was pretty flat. In fact, it was maybe off a little bit because I got in a lot of my Zombucks in the $21 to $24 range silver. And I want to say silver was 18 when we launched our website here. So it was off a little bit, but hey, it was capital. It retained value. For me, it was easily liquid because I had only had to build a website to do it.
Yeah, of course.
We're
live. We're live.
Yeah, we're live now. We already got a bunch of stuff to sell. So that was good for me. I definitely feel validated in as a silver stacker, primarily silver. I've always, for some reason, I feel like you get more bang for your buck, whatever. It's a psychological thing for me. Always have liked silver more. But when it comes to this market now, silver's doing exactly what everyone wants it to do. And now people are kind of like, well, what do we do?
Yes.
Okay. Should I exit? Is it going to pull back? Should I double down here? Do I feel like it's going up? I know that you pay attention technically to what's going on. Mm-hmm. Like, where do you see the market going?
I mean, I think 50s, this market has always loved round numbers.
Yeah.
And you're talking about previous highs, you start getting in from the Hunt Brother days and then, in kind of the, near term past here. I mean, I do think we got to get past 49. And I do think 50. I mean, I was just at Platinum Week in New York City.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is consistently 50 silver, 4,000 gold. Mm-hmm. And that seems consensus it almost seems like it's a foregone conclusion.
Mhm.
That's the way it feels to me. A lot of the viewers probably don't want to hear about paper money and the guys doing paper money. Let's talk physical, but at the very upstream level, those are the numbers that people are planning for and seeing things at. For me, I see both of those very likely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more concerned about what our market looks like when silver's at 75.
Yeah.
Going back to before we get into that, but going back to should you buy more? Obviously, I think what a financial advisor you would say 5 years ago, like, hey, I want to buy some GLD. I want to be long, maybe some SLV, how much allocation should I do? And they're like, 0. They're like, why? And then maybe 2 years ago, they're like, 2 to 3%. But why shouldn't it be 20% of your allocation of your retirement or something else of your physical that you have or your net worth? Like, Muhammad Al-Larian, he was even one that brought that up at the conference. It's 10% of your net worth. And it seems perfectly reasonable and smart in this current market. You start looking at the dollar, you start looking at inflation, you start, is the government ever going to stop spending? Are they going to ever, reconcile the books?
I'm more concerned with how it ends. The end's inevitable, but how and when?
I don't want to be sitting here saying like, I don't want to be telling anybody I told you so, or someone saying like, are you coming to me being like, hey, I feel validated when we're buying milk with silver, but look at the state of Florida. I believe Missouri is the other one that, why not pay your property taxes in gold and things of that nature, which is an interesting door to open up. I don't know how they're going to functionally do it, things of that nature. I know we're looking into it ourselves, being B2B. I'm seeing a lot of buyers of gold specifically. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people, if the momentum, the wave, you've been on more waves than I have, and the waves that we're on feels like we're really gearing up for something. Is it I buy gold shops at every corner, or is it, back to Silver Eagles at $12?
Yeah.
I don't know. But you get silver at 75, things get interesting from the standpoint of like, liquidity. You start thinking about, financing that inventory, so on and so forth. I mean, it's 75. It would be a crazy number. I don't want to give away all the things we're talking about internally for that, but we're thinking of all scenarios that we can make sure that we are providing liquidity, we're providing service and things of that nature where, I will say this, there's a lot of money, you can call it smart money, you can call it, investment money, call it FOMO money, but there's a lot of money, especially in gold, man.
Yeah.
Especially on gold. I mean,
gold is the headline. Like that.
It's on CNBC all the time.
You never hear silver mentioned alone in mainstream media, unless it's industrial application. Like the last thing I heard about silver was China's commitment to 10% green energy. Okay. Silver is industrial metal, right? Yeah. But anytime you hear, you don't hear that silver hits $47. You hear gold breaks 3,800.
Yeah. And I think that's a common theme is like, if gold's going to carry us, like there's no reason, like there's everything else should follow with it from the standpoint of the precious metals. You start looking at copper and things of that nature that, that's a little bit more driven about what's going on in the economy and things of that nature.
It's a different animal.
China. But
I don't think it's a legit investment.
I've been actively getting long platinum. So I think for us is, I think the premiums have finally come back on that too, where, other wholesalers are drastically raising premiums. We're still buying at a good enough clip where we still offer the best service on pricing for secondary gold where we're good at that.
I'm glad you bring up platinum because that's another market where I feel like the market's believing at this number, right? Most people don't know this, but platinum is incredibly expensive to carry if you're financing any inventory. Sure. You don't get as attractive finance rates on platinum. So it definitely becomes hot potato when you have platinum sitting on the shelf, no matter what form it's in, right? You have to hedge it. You have to finance it. So that makes platinum really interesting because we have the retail customers asking platinum of us.
Okay.
And it's very direct data for us, right? Mm-hmm. So we know right away, okay, the platinum buyers are back. And the crazy thing that we noticed on our side, we accept crypto as payment.
They're selling out of crypto.
The affinity for a crypto person to convert to platinum is higher than any other metal for us. So we have people paying in crypto and buying platinum. So there's some kind of affinity that people are, I don't know. There's some kind of belief there when it comes to platinum and crypto. There's some Venn diagram that makes a lot of sense there.
I mean, yeah, some chart thing. That's interesting.
So while he's getting us some water, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, I have a whole bunch of stuff, and we're not going to have time to do absolutely everything. But what I want to talk about is the business as a whole, what your capabilities are to the dealers. Obviously, we know that you do refining. Oh, yeah. You talked earlier about your what we know as your scrap exchange program, and the value that brings to dealers. Obviously, we have a bunch of your minted product here. Tell me the story of the minted stuff.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I mean, what was it? Almost 5 years ago, I was at another firm, which, I mean, each stop you learn something new. Mm-hmm. And I think mainly my story is, and I think one of my mentors, back at the Capital days would be like, he's going to laugh at this if he heard it, would be like, don't make the same mistake twice. And so I've worked my way through, don't make the same mistake twice, learn each step. And when I was given the opportunity to come back to Elemetal, it was at a time where silver was hot. And that was, we talked about it earlier was, like, hey, Trent, can you get me silver? And I was like, yeah, I really can. And the question we posed to ourselves at Elemetal, we're B2B. How do we make our stores busier, right? How do we drive foot traffic in? Because the more times we see each other, more money, and the more deals and the more money we're going to make, but also you're going to make.
Absolutely.
Right. And so, the core business and the relationship is I make money, you make money. And the end user is happy with the results and the product, and it allows them to have that, allows them the freedom to do whatever they want with it. We want them that freedom, and we provide it in and out both ways. And we use our silver mint. We use our silver mint, which, we're making rounds, bars, we're doing army men, a lot of cool products. You're going to like 2026. We got a super retail friendly 2-ounce high relief coming out soon. So,
nice.
We've had a few bumps on the roads regarding logistics and things. But you're going to like it.
Okay.
You're really going to like it.
All right,
I think everyone's going to like it. So I'm excited about that. But we used silver to really, here's the deal. If the dealer is selling us product, and I think this makes a lot of sense in any business, right? If you're selling us something, both of us are making money on this transaction on that side. We don't need full price here. This is the hot item. This is a core part of the business. This will sell you this less if we get this. And it's a seamless transaction, especially accounting wise, because it's just in and out. We're not wire, no ACHs or anything like that. You got metal back, and allows businesses to handle however they want to, whether it be a jewelry shop, pawn shop, coin shop, investment grade, it could be investment firm, online retail dealer, like allows you guys to, play how you want, what you want to do strategically. And it just makes it really seamless for us to, you drop off, you pick up. And bullion allowed, just like you're talking about customer acquisition, allowed us to, we improve the processes internally, which was a bottleneck of some sort. But any large company goes through processes where, like, you run into bottlenecks. You think you figure something out, and it creates another 2 problems. And so we're always constantly fighting processes. But people is another thing, right? And the more we added, the more we were selling, the more we were buying. We got to hire people. We got to train people. And that's the sports side of it, is being able to, one, we don't want to build a church for Easter, right? Because, it's not always Easter. So, what this market does, I think strategically we use products especially to allow us to ride the waves, allowed us to stick out and differentiate ourselves from other refiners but also, you know, we want the local shop in Iowa. We want the local shop in Florida. We want the local shop in Michigan or Arizona. And I think we cater to one, we're more personal. Two, you know, whether you drive to us or express ship, you're getting instant liquidity as quickly as possible, especially with, you know, it's a struggle. We're finding silver for a lot of the top end streams in America, you know, and so, you know, we offer that service where we're going to pay you fast. We're going to pay you fast. Our rates are our rates. It is transparent. Those are our rates, but you know, you're going to feel real, you know, you're going to know that you're going to get paid. And so you go out and buy the next deal.
It gives your customer confidence. Hey, I have a home for this. This is what I'm doing right now is not going to be a problem for the next 2 weeks. The problem's solved right now.
And it allows you to be like, hey, listen, right now, I know I can sell silver eagles on Hero Bullion's website. I know I can do that. You know, right now, generic silver rounds, that's one thing I just know that's not moving. You guys are buying according to know, like, hey, I can get instant liquidity right down the road here at Elemetal. Like, I just make sure it allows you to play how you want to do with your business to allow to be like, hey, I know my bottom number, and I know and I can trust I'm going to get paid in whether it be wire, ACH, or scrap exchange. You know, you turn your scrap into silver eagles and go with it, or you know, we just try to build different product SKUs to allow you guys to the opportunity. One, I mean, the Army men, we try to make it a retail feel as quickly as possible. Yep. I think, you know, yes, Elemetal originally we took refining to your city. What we're trying to do now is take it more of everyone's so accustomed around this whole country, whether it be you, other dealers, or the end customer here. They're used to the Amazons and the online shopping. And we want to take that and really try to give you that same feel back to you into the business, ABC Pawn and ABC Jewelry and ABC Coin and ABC Investments. Like, we want to give you that ability to kind of, you know, you just plug and play with us, plug and play.
Yep. There's no other dress needed for us here.
No,
you know, we bag and tag it with our barcode and it ships this way. So
yeah. And you know,
you're making our job easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, trust me, it's not the easy job to make those sons of guns. I tell you that the amount of rejects is high.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean that anytime I see them come into stock, it's like, oh man, I got to grab some while they're in stock.
Well, I'm glad you grabbed some today.
Yeah. We got some. We got a few today.
So we're washing and making some more. So we should have some more here soon. And that the 2 ounce coming in 2026 will have the same retail feel.
Yeah. So back in the day with Elemetal, I remember the Privateer series that Elemetal did. That was
everyone asked.
Oh yeah, they want more. Hey, do you got any more of those? Come on, man. I'm not going to make any for you right now. But at the time, like I look at how the market changed. At the time, that was a pretty revolutionary product, right? There was maybe Sunshine had the capability at the time to do something like that, but not even in the same way. Not with the level of relief that Elemetal did.
100%.
They had a 2 ounce quote unquote high relief, but it wasn't as, I mean, I don't know the technical specs. Is it 60 millimeter, you know, whatever it is in the relief, but it is ultra high relief. So yeah, now you got me. I'm going to be thinking, I wonder what they're doing.
Oh, you're going to November, December. I expect emails.
It's 2026 here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It's going to be the same quality. A lot of the same machines.
Yeah.
A lot of the same machines.
Yeah, I believe it, but you're actually putting them to use.
Yeah.
So speaking of the machines that you guys have, one thing that we started, I mentioned it earlier, is our little orange pouch. Did you get your orange pouch, right?
Yeah.
So we chose you guys as our partner on this project for a couple different reasons. And number one, so what we do here, we call this a starter pack. You get 5 ounces of silver at spot price. And those 5 ounces of silver are these 1 ounce Buffalo rounds.
Radial.
Yeah, the radial buffs. And we call them radials. I don't know what you guys call them, but
I'll start calling them what you call them. Keep buying them.
Yeah. We're keep buying them. We're definitely burning through them. But I don't think people really realize what goes into this round. So we call it the radial buff because it has radial lines just like the maple. And people don't realize that is actually really hard to replicate. And so I wanted something for our customers that they most of these people who are buying the starter packs are brand new to us, have never bought anything from us. And so immediately they're skeptical. Am I getting real silver?
There's so many fake sites too.
Absolutely.
Facebook.
We've had people clone our site and try to, when they say clone it, they take all of our copy and our products and paste it up there.
They just use your logo and
all that kind of stuff.
Selling a gold kilo for $40.
Yeah. So of course we got the radio line. So that, this is really hard for some kind of scammer to make a counterfeit out of China. Number two, it's got the Elemetal Midmark on it here. And that means something in this space that a lot of people don't know about. You want to talk about ISO and kind of the process, what that means for your business?
Yeah. I mean, it's just a certification that we're doing stuff right. I mean, that's bottom line is, it's a yearly investigation into processes, making sure that, we're sourcing silver correctly, that, our processes are done correctly, that the end user can trust that Midmark is actually true, that we are not, you're not going to throw that on the tester and it's not going to come back 85%. And that's everyone's worst fear, is buying something and not buying, and it's not what you thought it was. And that, especially in this market, when, whether you're buying $200 or you're buying $200,000 or $2 million, like, better be right. It better be right, or it's a major problem, major trust issue, and you burn one person in this market, it's going to be hard to recover in general. So, but regarding that certification, I mean, it's a stamp of approval that we will continue to make sure that our processes are done correctly, continue to innovate, continue to push products. I mean, the radial background is that coin will withstand a lot more than a mirrored finish.
Oh yeah. It's not going to show signs of handling.
I don't want to pick it up and I want to see my thumb on it, and so that's been our bread and butter.
Is this your best seller, the radial buff? Yeah. I mean, the Buffalo round has been around for forever. So everyone has their version of the Buffalo. A lot of them have their good and bad points. I happen to like this one. I mean, one of the other things I didn't mention is that the fact that you guys are local to us. We can open the gates on this product. And like last night, our cart sends us a notification when the product goes out of stock. The starter pack went out of stock at 10:22 last night. It was back in stock today because we had Buffalo rounds on the show. Yeah. So
which I love. I love. That's a great relationship.
Oh, that's absolutely.
Which, I love it. Kind of what differentiates, us in that sense is like, we got 50 of them. We're opening in Detroit here soon. We'll be in Southern California later this year, and there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more of that. Like, I want more relationships like that. We all do. We want that relationship. We want to be able to, whether you're a jeweler and you need gold grain, like, we want that. We want that. And Buffalo is by far the best seller. I mean, I love, because it's, when I see us buying the silver and I see the silver come in bars and scrap and things of that nature, it is a crazy feeling when I you guys are buying 1,000 Buffaloes and you guys come pick it up. I'm like, that's all it came from, from Omaha and Pittsburgh and Seattle. It came in here. We made it to that. And now it's going to some end user through you guys that's going to be delighted and happy to have it. Like, that's a pretty cool feeling that you're part of a beginning and end product, right? A lot of us are just you're one step of the product, whether, whatever job you have, or, like, we're actually making stuff. Of value.
And so I noticed that around here. You saw it back where we make the poured silver bars. Something's different when you're putting your name on it. It's that like sense of pride. I don't think it's an American thing, but to me, it's like American pride, American manufacturing pride. We make stuff here. We're proud of it. We stand behind it, and it's cool. It's like a validation when someone comes in. We just had one of our biggest orders ever for our Hero Bullion 10-ounce bars in a single order, and it's like, whoa, like, people are valuing what we're putting out there to such an extent that they're willing to part with their money. They trust us, which feels really good. And then 100%. on the other side, you're like, okay, our processes, the same way you have your process, we have our processes. Okay, this has got to be the best we got every single time. It's got to be the best you have.
You get the standard set. The standard is set. You know what I'm saying? Like once you have success once, like, you want the success over. In for us, the success is like when people reorder, or like I see it on your website or other websites. I'm like, let's go. And so, that energy, that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of, it could be an American thing, but screw it.
I just thought about this. Even without the starter pack, the Radial Buff is our number one selling 1 ounce.
Even without the starter pack. So I love the starter pack, first off. And you guys do a great job on Facebook. Maybe I'm,
you're in the algo.
I'm in the algo. It's done. It's got me.
It's a wrap. You just need to buy one so you get out of it. Maybe.
I don't want to click it because I don't want to, because
cost us money.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't want to throw it on the bus, but yeah.
Facebook's been interesting. It's probably not for this discussion, but Facebook's an interesting animal, and like doing stuff like this, doing the podcast. I was telling you earlier, it's kind of what fuels me and gets me through some of the stuff that I don't enjoy as much about the business, right? I did a lot of that very early on with Hero Bullion when I didn't have orders coming in, and it was just me. I was answering the phone.
Sleeping here?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, not here. I was sleeping in a much smaller place. But answering the phone, responding to emails, building the products, shipping. My wife picked orders. I shipped the first 5,000 orders out of this company, by myself before I had help. And then our CFO came on, Neil. And he started shipping a bunch of orders. We split time there. And so I say all that because I quickly got away from like doing content, like putting the message out there about bullion and doing the stuff that I love. And I got away from it because this is such an operations heavy industry business. There's it's high risk, it's high value, it's high stress, even from I guess particularly from the customer side. You have to get it right. There's not a lot of room for error, for packages to be lost or orders to be misshipped or anything like that. You have to really pay attention to that stuff. And so I got into that, and we had to get it right. And so you toured our facility. You see what we have set up here. We've invested a lot in the fulfillment side, making sure our fulfillment system lets us know exactly where every single ounce of gold or silver is, every single 10th ounce of gold or silver is in the building at any given point.
Because what's a 10th ounce of silver or 10th ounce of gold is it's a little bit different of a price these days than it was.
$400, man. In my mind, it's still like a $220 product. That's the world I live in. Like a 10th ounce of gold should be $220. Every time I see it come through at $400, like, whoa. Okay, this is working. I feel validated again. I feel validated. We were right.
No, I love the warehouse, and the more I got into management, the more when I came back to Elemetal and seeing things, it's just like the processes things not working will keep you up late at night, man. Oh yeah, late at night, and unhappy customers keep you up late at night. And listen, we're all humans. I remember the first time I sold a 50 peso. I sold it as 1 ounce. Oh, just a common thing. What do you mean? It's a Mexican 50 peso. What do you mean? It's 1.20757. Oh, let me call the guy back. No wonder why he wanted them. And so I was very impressed.
Hopefully, he didn't get 50 of them. Right?
No, maybe he did. I try to block it out and bury it deep. It's like throwing a pick, man. I don't remember that.
You got to move on.
I'll move on.
You got to move on.
Next play. I think that's what I tell my son now. It's like next play. He takes it a little seriously. But the way you guys got things set up is amazing.
Yeah,
it really
do it right.
Really is. I think from the standpoint of retail's always hard. Retail's hard from the sense of you're exactly right. You got to get it right. And every little detail matters. And I think that's what we're trying to do at Elemetal now, is because we see how much detail you guys are putting into it in presentation. I mean, from bags to boxes to hats to merchandise to the sleeves and everything like that. The plastic sleeves you guys are doing, like that's why we individually seal these, is to allow, the thought was like, from your point of view, is like, how do we make it easier on you guys? It's like, well, not everyone's going to order a whole sleeve of these. You're going to get somebody to get one of these, two of these, two of those. Like, we got to make it easier for you guys. And instead of just stacking them and loosing like that, I think, just trying to take it from your point of view, I think makes it a little bit, if we can make it easier for you guys to present it to your customer and make it where you guys just take it, ship it, and do what you guys need to do. I think it will say, it allows, the next order up, just ship that and go. You don't have to seal it yourself. You don't have to box it. And then the customer feels like, hey, this is mine. Mm-hmm. This is mine. It's sealed, individually sealed. It's awesome. This is my box. This is my starter pack, And so, I think both of us are I'm trying to, and we are at Elemetal trying to alley-oop you guys as best as possible and let you guys slam it home and deal with the retail and things of that nature. So
we're so lucky, dude, because DFW is a great spot. There's no way we would be so much further behind than we are. And I don't say we're behind, but we would not be where we are without being in Dallas Fort Worth. No. It is. I feel like it's bullion central. I will die on that hill.
Many places here, and that's the thing. We all got relationships with everybody, right? And so we're all doing things that
even competitors, direct 100%. Competitors, you still 100%. Trade with them, and 100%. That's really something kind of different. It's not like you're selling one type of shingle, and I think my shingle's better. No, we're selling the same shingles, man.
Yeah, there's some things I'm good at, and some things I'm not. Sometimes I got to go out and source current year Silver Eagles. I don't need to source backdate Silver Eagles.
Yeah.
Plenty of those. If anybody needs some, go to Hero Bullion, please buy some. I got tons. So, we're all working on this together. You were transactioning with other competitors here locally, right? Before we even did deals, and totally get it. That, you're exactly right. That's probably the biggest trampoline for you, is having those sources here.
Oh, for sure.
Pick up and things like that, where, just
and
like you did
just
today,
like solid people. Yeah. I think about, the variety too. So one of the things that we're starting to explore, I don't know if you're thinking about it at all, is I went to the coin shows. I've been buying some newy stuff. Mm-hmm. Because I started out in numismatics.
That's your foundation.
Right? Yeah, man. The very first time, or my very first exposure to coins, I was sat in front of a big plastic Tupperware tub full of Buffalo nickels. And if I had to guess, probably 8,000 to 10,000 Buffalo nickels in there. And a coin dealer comes over to me and he says, okay, this is a no date. This is a part date. This is a full date. And if it has this much on the horn, I want it in a separate pile because it's better.
Oh, yeah.
And I sat there for a day and a half sorting these Buffalo nickels. And I'm like, I kind of, as weird and as weird as that sounds, I kind of fell in love. Oh,
yeah. I was touching it, feeling it.
Yeah,
why is this different? I have no idea.
Yeah. And it's a coin I'd never seen before. Yeah. And here I got 10,000 of them in front of me. What is going on? What is this world? I didn't know this stuff. There cannot be another bin of 10,000 in America, which of course there is. Oh, yeah. We know that. But it was such a baptism by fire for me. From knowing nothing to be like, okay, you're going to spend the next 12 hours sorting these nickels.
I don't know another way in this industry.
Yeah.
Everybody we train, that's the way I was. I was trying to pull out. First thing I did was pulling out 40 from 90.
Oh,
and using it lucky enough, the guy taught me the sound.
Yeah.
The sound, dude.
We say that all the time.
I still got that sound of just, oh, there it is. There's class.
Or you're sorting and you drop it in the bucket and you hear the sound wrong. Yeah, you're like, crap, man, I gotta dig in
there.
Where
did that go? Yeah. And so there is no other way. There is no other way. And another story too is, on the trade desk, I went from the micro desk and they brought me over to the main trade desk, handling Australia stuff, sending a bunch of gold kilos to Australia.
Were you working overnights then?
Or? Yeah.
I was working overnights. Brutal.
Yeah.
It's work.
Yeah. It was, again, relationships, right? Mm-hmm. I was able to get, my wife's engagement ring was, the band, everything was custom for my buddy, that we're selling gold kilos for in Australia and things like that. Cause you can't take grain at that time. I haven't looked at the rules lately, laws, but you couldn't sell grain and it was tax. So you had all the jewelers and manufacturers were taking kilos and then they just turned it into product.
Grain it themselves.
And so, I'm learning this story I'm learning the industry, and I go up to one of the head trader guys. I'm like, I asked him some question. I don't even remember what the question was. He was like, you know what? Hey, just go sit down real quick. I'll email you. And he emailed me Google. He sent me to Google. So I was like,
write this down.
Yeah. right at that point, that's when I realized, you know what, I gotta.
You're on your own, buddy.
Yeah, it's good luck.
Secret
Figure
swing.
it out, and then when you have an educated opinion of something, come back. And so, either sorting coins, learning by Google, because I mean, what are you gonna go get an MBA in coins and bullion and commodities? And no, you just get thrown into it. So, which was fun. It was exciting and kind of crazy at the same time. Just, football to this, like, what the heck am I doing here? And so, you started your own company and I mean, what a risk it was to start, using your own capital to start something. And that is, I look at Elemetal, and I think we both know the people at the top, back in the day. And, what a key mentor he was for me. And, man, that was, coming back, I was really happy where I was, and both of us know where I was. I was really happy there. And, but the opportunity to, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? You got to take a risk. And I mean,
they took a risk on you in a sense too, right?
Yeah. They're like, hey, what was I, like 33 at the time, 4 kids. Yeah. And they're like,
can this guy do it?
And it was really a youth movement, right? It was really a youth movement of people coming in and no, it's worked out. We got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We got a long way to go. And I'm just happy I get to, that's the thing, it's a lot of hours. I mean, I think I'm in at like 5:30 to 5, unless, I'm going to my son's practice. I leave at 3:30 and it's a lot of hours at the office, but it's really worth it because the relationships I'm building back and like the transactions we're doing, like, hey, I need this. Hey, I need this. Hey, do you have that? Do you have this? And then we're just going back and forth. That's the thing. A lot of these on the retail side, they just see the coins, but you and I transactioning with each other, we're like ducks on the feet under the water, man. We're just trying to, make sure I got enough silver and manufacturing, and like we got a machine down, somebody's out sick, and so you're just constantly fighting to make sure that we're producing and then get this end product mailed to you, wherever you live. And you're like, oh, this is great. I want more.
This is so easy.
Like, this is so easy. Like, yeah, you didn't, so it's a tremendous, it's an interesting market that I had no idea existed when I was in high school.
Yeah. You would have never forecasted this. And you were mentioning here at Bullion, where we've come, where you guys have grown at Elemetal. And sometimes it's easy to not acknowledge where you've come so far. And so you look at this building that we have here, and I'm like, geez, man, we've really done something here. And it's something to be proud of. It's something to fight for, right?
Amen to that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what we've done. I love our team here. I love the customers, interacting with the customers. I wish I could do it more, which is one of the reasons we're going to start doing coin shows. We just got our stuff in. I need that connection with my customer. I need to know who they are. I feel a lot like I'm our avatar in a bit, like I'm our demo. So I was like, if I can self-reference enough, I think I can get this thing right. But I feel like at this point, I don't want to call it, but I feel like you're a lifer for this industry.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean,
I know I am.
Yeah. There'd only be one thing I do is, everyone has a number. Everyone's got a number, right? Yeah. You're lying to yourself if you don't.
Yeah.
There's a number where, go coach my son at high school or something. But no, it's, I think at the last Christmas party where we flew everybody in and my saying was all gas, no brakes. So it is constantly all gas, no brakes. And it's, like sports, like I talked about earlier, like sports. I mean, it's wins and losses.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you lose, but you learn from it. There's so many things that kind of like what you were just saying there is like, I get feedback from you. I get feedback from customers. I mean, this past year, it seems like it's less like you. It seems less and less I'm dealing with our customers, right? Where more traders are on the desk. more people are in the mint, more people on the refining side. It's just constant. It feels more like management, and I really, that's why I like the fun show in Florida, man. It's just like phones down. The market is what the market is on my computer right here. I'm not worried about hedging or anything of that nature. I'm not worried about manufacturing, not worried about stuff coming in and out on the shipments. I'll worry about that later, but let's do something now. Let's do a deal now. Like, and that's kind of the micro test days where it's just,
well, we are going to do a deal now. So
okay.
Elemetal,
yes.
Elemetal was so gracious to provide us with 20 of their Elemetal rounds and you tasked us. We just scheduled this thing recently. What, last week, maybe?
You sent an email saying like, are you interested? I said, yeah. You're like, what days can you do it? I'm like, the first one.
the first available day. So then when our guy came to pick up, you send us with a package. We have these brochures. We're gonna include
retail
these.
can have these.
Yeah. So
you can go to our website and you can go to our website and request one of these as well.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they can get them from you too.
So here's what we're going to do with this. You gave us 20 ounces of silver for free, which again, in my mind, that's like $450, but it's not. It's $900 worth of silver that we got right here that you gave us.
I wish you didn't tell me
thank
that.
You. Well, we can edit that part out for the accountants.
No, please do.
But what we're going to do is because we have 20, we're going to give away 20. I want as many people to have access to essentially a free 100%. Ounce of silver. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell a tube of Elemetal rounds. And with that, for the first 20 people, you get a free ounce of silver. So you're paying for 20, you're getting so think about it as you bought silver 2 weeks ago. Right. That's it. That would
that's a great way to
okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to, we'll line these up. We'll get these in people's hands. Again, this is an ISO round. It's cool. I love the play. I went to school for engineering, and so I love the play.
It used to be a mirrored
Elemetal
finish. You remember that?
Yeah. I kind of like the heavy frost because you got the 47 and the AG with the contrast there, and it
stands up the test of time a little bit, especially if this is a individual piece in plastic. I think this will hold up. The finish will hold up much better than it would with the mirrored finish. I mean, the mirrored finish, you just get all those fingerprints in there.
Yeah. So
we buy. I mean, really, this has been a huge market, making for us. We sell this for cheap and we buy it back. A spot. Mm-hmm. And so, that is, for someone trying to get into the market for the first time. Obviously, a starter pack, but similar to the starter pack to grow your stack. The Elemetal round is that investment because of the buyback. For us, we got customers buying 5,000 those at a pop, and sometimes they'll sell it back to us, but they'll sell 1,000 back. That means the other 4,000 went out. They're in people's safes, they're in people's homes, and it's getting our name back out there. Going to Platinum Week was a huge thing for marketing for us. But also, what are we doing on the product side? Not just the people side, but the product side is, we make Elemetal rounds. We make Elemetal Freedom bars with our name on it and things of that nature. There, and anything that we make ourselves and manufacture ourselves here in Dallas, we buy back a spot, and so that gives a little bit more freedom for you to, we talked about that range, where if it's here, the range can be here. And so, again, after the starter pack, I do think that's a reasonable investment because,
it checks all the boxes.
Checks all the boxes.
Checks all the boxes.
It's a 1 ounce round. It doesn't carry high premium, and you can sell it back for a decent number. And so, that's something that I'm super proud of that we decided to do, because it could be real easy for us to just be like, no, we just want to sell the Buffalo, or we want to sell everything, even though the Buffalo and the Elemetal round kind of go correlated in scrap exchange prices. But, we want to make the Aztec coins or the Don't Tread on Me rounds, but, selling the Elemetal allows us to kind of broaden our kind of bring our brand back a little bit. That was kind of lacking 5 years ago.
So we already hit on some of the stuff, but like, you have more stores opening. It sounds like somewhere between 5 and 10 stores in the next 12 months. What else is coming down the pipe?
Yeah, it'll be more than,
more than
10.
More than 10.
And products, I mean, obviously the 2-ounce high relief coming. We're working on Year of the Horse already. We'll have a Christmas round. The Christmas round should be getting cut now.
Okay. So is your art finalized for the horse?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Well, I don't need the art. I just wanted some input, but that's okay. No. So, one of the things that people don't know is that they pair an element with the animal.
Yeah.
So you got that. You got the fire horse.
So you know the guy that was making it before. You know the guy.
All right.
So
cool.
He did a.
All right.
This is one of the top. This is one of the top ones that he did. The top ones he did. So and that was one of the first 10-ounce bars I bought for myself. Was actually the old NTR horse.
Yeah, the wood horse. That was the wood horse.
Up. Yeah, that was.
So I still have that. This is the fire horse.
Still have
this year. So
fire horse. That's exactly right. And it pairs well. It pairs well. So
I care about this.
More stores, more people. We're adding more products to our website for visual purposes, and other things. Obviously taking Elemetal to your location regarding B2B, taking it to your city. We want to take it retail field, but we also want to take it to your phone. Mm-hmm. And so we're doing a lot of things to make, whether you're a business watching this or whether you're a retail customer dealing with Hero Bullion or someone local, like we're going to continue to provide and strive to be, use technology in this industry, which has not always been the case, especially on the refining side. Mm-hmm. Especially on the refining side, we're trying to bring everything back. We did stuff internally, which building a system, you know how it is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just when you think you got it right, you're not even in the red zone yet. You're like, okay, we'll have it ready. And
scope it out.
6 months later, you're like, where are we at?
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks away for 6 months.
No crap. So, internally we're doing really well. We're going to try to push the boundaries, and see what sticks in the industry.
Well, I'm a fan. I'm glad that you guys are local. I'm glad that you were able to make it. So obviously you guys have one of the better wholesale sites for as far as like the images you have on the website. If people want to connect with Elemetal, where
the guy
do they
that kind of
go?
led it, I'll let him know that you really liked it. He'll be really appreciative.
Yeah. Of course. So how do people connect with you? Whether obviously if they're a retailer, they can come here. We stock all of your products. But if they're a wholesaler, I mean, how do they connect with you?
Yeah. So either through Facebook or Instagram, obviously we post and stuff there. We send out a price sheet daily. So once you become, or once you kind of go through the get started process on our website, it's like a top right corner,
KYC started kind of stuff.
Yeah. Typical. You just kind of give us some information. You say, hey, I want to get part of this price sheet. We just want to make sure your business, right? We're trying to protect B2B pricing and things of that nature where, we're in contact with you daily. We're not blasting, we're not some companies that send 6 emails a day and you're like, what the heck is going on? We send it once, kind of let you know what's going on and what's happening. And that's mainly our biggest touch point. I mean, that's a massive touch point for us. It's just being in front of you, let you know where it is. If you got questions about, hey, I got some rings and things of that nature. Kind of what's that price? We've got a carry calculator and things on our website that kind of educates. We also got different knowledge center pages that kind of talk about silver, talk about the minting, talk about refining, talk about, silver plate and things of that nature. So,
you guys are not hard to find physically or electronically. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. We're paying a lot of rents. We're hopefully going to pay some more here soon. And, like I said, we got a long way to go, dude. A long way to go. But, being on this podcast has allowed me to, doing some preparation for this and allow me to kind of take a step back and look at it, which I know you've done.
You need it.
Which means like, you kind of stop and turn around and look how far you have come.
You got to give yourself a little credit and like, okay, we're making some right decisions. It's easy to get in the weeds and kind of
the daily grind of it, look at the numbers, year over year. I mean, we've doubled and then doubled and then doubled again. And we're going to do it in a shorter time frame than we did on those 3 doubles before that. And
let's go.
So Numbers don't lie, right? I'll just stick with that.
That's right. I'm a fan, man. Well, thanks for coming. Hopefully we can do this again relatively soon. Hopefully you got some new products. We'll do it again. Talk about some more stuff. Hopefully some really exciting stuff continues to happen.
Maybe 2026 when we roll the new retail friendly thing.
Oh, heck yeah. When is the horse launching? Is that going to be Gen 1 kind of thing? Or
I hope December. I mean, we're cutting the Christmas now. So okay, I got to get the Christmas to you by next month?
Yeah,
I guess it is.
Yeah,
technically October
it's almost
1st.
That time, man.
Yeah, Q4.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks, big dog.
Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it.